Good afternoon. I'm Video James, and this is Space Engineers. A couple of weeks back, I explained on the Reddit board how 2 blocks thick of heavy armor can become almost indestructible as they warp together and become glitched out vectors. And so in lieu of such discovery, I've decided to create this penetration missile, I suppose you could call it, if you ignore the innuendo. It's comprised of a 1 block thick core surrounded by 2 blocks on either side, as you can see. The core is comprised of heavy armor blocks, small reactors, artificial mass blocks, and a gravity generator. Now, how the missile works is, the gravity generator that will be placed at the top pushes down on the mass, and you drop the entire thing on top of what you're trying to destroy, because then the gravity of your target will pull on the device and basically make it stronger. Suspended in front of it via light armor blocks is a shunt made out of warheads. The purpose of this is to make the initial crater so that until the missile reaches the target's gravity, it'll at least go in somewhat straight. Because then when the target's gravity pulls on it as well, it'll straighten itself up as it digs down. Now, when I tried this initially on the red ship, I was just tearing it straight in half, and that didn't seem fair. So, to give it a bit of a handicap, I've put 12 armor blocks on top of it, and 5 armor blocks underneath it. Yes, 5. I can count. Stop wiggling the cursor, you. I'm talking to past Video James, do apologise. Anyway, we'll make ourselves back up again. There we go. Of course, before we place the gravity generator down, I will save it. And away we go. Just get into a better position to see this. As you can see, the initial crater stuck in, and obviously it made a deepest point from when the explosion happened, and so it's digging in at the deepest point, and the curve of the explosion is pushing the missile to be somewhat straight. It's gone straight through the armor, straight through the ship, straight through the bottom block, and that seems relatively intact. Let's go take a look. It's doing alright, other than the fact that that sped up probably looks like the beginning of the Doctor Who sequence. Oh, that's a bit of it. And as you can see, it literally just went straight through all of it. On to experiment number 2, I suppose. And here is experiment number 2. Obviously, as you can see, I've blinged it in the colours of England, because why not? 12 armour blocks wasn't really enough. So to give it a slight bit more of a handicap, I decided to use 45 instead. I should really stop recording myself trying to count how many's there when I can just remember the number. Yes, 45. Move along past Video James. Now, I did make a slight change by turning the top into an observation deck. So really this becomes less of a missile and more of a penetration elevator. Oh, and I used the grouping feature that was added, considering that's the reason it was added for, so I don't have to sit here and continuously build gravity generators. So we turn it on, and... oh, no, come back. There we go. As you can see, we start descending through their, well, mimicked base, I suppose. Chugging away. It's going down relatively straight, I'm actually impressed. Now, as you can see, it doesn't really have the finesse of using the latest grinders for large ships, considering at least... No, don't grind the gravity generator. Considering at least then you can reclaim the materials. This literally just destroys them and pushes its way down. And of course the purpose of this is, let's say this was a large vessel someone had, you could dig through their armour and perform some sort of nefarious purpose. Equip yourself a gun and a grinder and gallivant around their ship. Be careful, of course, not to fall through the bottom of it. It's still going. As you see, now I have access to their ship, I could do anything, such as, you know, pilot it, push it forwards, turn off dampeners, then grind a block onto the cockpit so they can't stop it and jump out the side. But just look at that damage. Well, not that damage. That damage first. Not only did it go through all 45 armor blocks, but it also gashed its way through the ship and then just flopped out of the side, but merely because there was nothing to keep it in anymore. Meanwhile, back at our additional armor blocks we added, it literally ploughed straight the way through. Oh well. Anyway, I've been Video James. Thank you very much for watching.